I think Lynn's got the bug. I hazard to ask where we're going next. Oh my god. Here we go. Come on, drinks. Thank you. So, Linwen, I'm going to come in close because of the waves and the noise, the wind, you may not be able to hear. It is the last week of September, and we've taken the chance and gone on the shoulder season, and we looked at different islands. And why did you choose Corfu?
It was the best bargain, really, because Kefalonia seems to have been holding its price. We did fancy going back to Kefalonia.
And the weather's broken there a bit, hasn't it?
Well, yes.
Thank you.
And what we did find is that we contacted a few
Restaurants.
restaurants, and they said they were closing this week.
So the big hotels are open for food, but we like these small places. And of course, that's where we normally sit, and we come down to film today, and look at it, wee bit choppy. So, but is it part of the shoulder season, or is that part of fun? Right, we're back. The fire's lit, the wine is in the glass. Debrief.
Yeah, debrief on Corfu. Different for us. Thoroughly enjoyed, but yeah, we stayed in Psaras, which is a very small resort near Messonghi, about 35 minutes from Corfu town. And changing the weather, so I think we'll be eating inside. We were eating out on that strip yesterday.
Maybe it's a film. We come here every afternoon, and it's a bit choppy today. Well, we get wet if we sit there, but that's where we normally sit, on the point. Now, this was the shoulder season. This was the last week in September.
Yeah, it was the only time we could go, and we did want to do Greek Islands in September. Possibly a couple of weeks earlier would have been better for us, because a lot of the restaurants were closing. And the weather, I think, it was getting more unpredictable, and our specific hotel was closing the following week for the season. We maybe a little bit late, but we were lucky with a few days weather, but we did get 2 days of rain, didn't we?
Now, we visited 3 resorts. 1 we stayed in and 2 we visited.
That's right. First of all, we stayed in Psaras. There were 3 restaurants there. Dionysus and
Fisherman's Haunt.
Fisherman's Haunt and George and Elena. Fisherman's Haunt was open all day, but the other 2 were only open in the evenings.
They are. Even the cats have taken shelter from the wind. Say hello. And then we move on to our afternoon jaunt. We used to sit in the afternoon at Fisherman's Haunt.
We did. Fisherman's Haunt, absolutely stunning location.
Every afternoon, rather than siesta, we used to sit there by the sea.
We used to have a drink by the sea, and we just thought it was nice for a drink. But to be honest, the food was exceptional.
I wasn't expecting the food to be so good.
My favourite. I mean, first day there we had a Greek salad, quite basic, but oh my god, it was really, really good.
Yeah, the fish was good and the meat was good, so you weren't expecting it. And then of course we moved on to George and Elena.
Yeah, for me, the reviews were amazing and everybody loved George. I found him a little too much.
Too intense.
Too intense.
I found the portions too big.
And the portions were too big.
Huge.
Lovely food there, but to be honest, it wasn't my favourite.
Worth a visit.
Definitely worth a visit, and yeah, very authentic. And
But it's nice to go to a resort where every restaurant was good.
Yeah, and Elena is George's wife, and she was in the kitchen, and we saw that she was there doing the food, and really, really good.
You can see by our expressions in the film we enjoy it.
Oh my God, yeah, and difficult to get in. You had to reserve because there's only a few tables.
Definitely worth a visit.
Yeah, but that Psaras resort, yeah, really worth visiting, and not over touristy, nice restaurants, and I'd recommend it, to be honest, and maybe not go further.
I tend to agree with you.
Yeah.
But of course you can go further afield because we were between Messonghi, was it?
Yeah, and Boukari.
And Boukari. So let's take them one at a time. Shall we start with Messonghi?
Messonghi,
Yeah.
Messonghi is a bigger resort. Good 10-15 minutes walk on a road, quite a busy road, to be fair. But a taxi from Psaras to Messonghi was only about €10.
So you could walk in and get the taxi back.
Yeah, we did that once or twice, didn't we? I mean, I got to say, we stayed most of our time in Psaras, but Messonghi we visited. First full day there, it rained. So we walked into Messonghi before the rain came, and we ended up in
Luncheon.
We had lunch in Boukari.
Boukari. Let's have a look at Boukari. This squid here is very, very tender. This is tender, which is not the norm. Actually quite cool. Try it. Believe it or not, I said before, so there you go. There's lots of the same.
Messonghi itself, long strip on the beach, lovely restaurants.
In the evening,
In the evening, we went to
Costa's, and that was banging, wasn't it?
And really, really authentic, nice food.
Yeah, and more for the atmosphere, really. It was more sort of playing to the crowd, but you want to be played to because we're tourists. You know, we want to entertain, don't we?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the buskers come round and they were singing and dancing. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And then obviously we'll show you some footage. Here's the Gamekeeper's choice. Aubergine. What were they? Were just
Stuffed aubergine.
Just stuffed aubergine. Seriously, just stuffed aubergine, but with the local rosé. What a combination! And I'm out of the box here. I'm really, really enjoying this. This is seriously perfection. And young lady, what did you think of it?
Oh, it's very delicious.
Yeah, good.
Since I arrived here, this is my first place and I've been eating here almost every day.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. And Lemon, what did you think?
Oh yeah, very good.
Very good. Would you give us a comment?
Yeah, the prawns were really good. The meze to share was really good.
Really nice.
Let's share. Well, that's different. Okay then.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your comments. Thank you.
The other direction, of course, we had Boukari.
Boukari Beach.
Yeah.
Hell of a walk. Ever since only up the road. It's not just
No,
up the
they
road.
did say 45-minute walk, wasn't it?
Yeah, you don't want to do that in the
It was
heat.
quite a sort of dangerous road to walk it.
But get a taxi.
Get a taxi. They were quoting us between 15 and 20 euros. We got to negotiate a bit, and we had 15 going down, didn't we?
Yeah, we did negotiate, but it's not cheap. But it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it. We had some lovely food.
Fish on the beach.
Fish on
And
the
we
beach.
did three things. We had the view, right by the sea. We had beautiful fish, and we had a veal as a second course.
Yeah, we'll show you now.
Ah, yes. By the sea. Plenty of car parking. Or you can walk or taxi it. We've come for the fish. And the view.
Also, I mean, the walk there, wasn't it? We got there early.
It's a
We
tough
had a
walk.
lovely, we had a nice little walk when we got there.
It wasn't
and
easy, though.
just walked along the front.
Yes.
Looked at the sea and
Yes.
saw the views. And then we stopped in a cafe and we stopped and had a drink while
Yes.
we were waiting, because the restaurant said they don't open till 1 o'clock.
Be aware of that.
Yeah,
We got too
so
early,
there was
didn't we?
in the whole village, there's only one cafe that opens for breakfast.
And
and
people
stays
coming in by
open.
boat to have lunch and
And
everything.
yeah,
All got
they-
jetties. All the restaurants got
And we
jetties.
saw that, didn't we?
Yeah,
But
it's,
definitely worth a trip out and
totally
very,
different
very
vibe.
beautiful. Different totally to Messonghi.
But if you're staying in Psaras, definitely get a taxi one day to this beach.
Well worth it.
Yeah.
Really worth
People
it.
have gone for years to Messonghi and Psaras and never could venture in further. Venture a little bit further.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah. See the film. Well, two clean plates on the fish. We had the sea bream. All the fish here, regardless, are all €20 a portion. So that's nice. You know where you stand. What's this dish called?
Sofrito, Greek speciality.
Okay. We'll have it with rice. Could have had it with chips. We've already had the chips. It's in white wine and garlic sauce. Very nice. And of course, we went at the end of September, so the weather was starting to break.
Yeah, we had some really nice days, and then on the last day, we're doing it here now in front of a log fire in the pub.
Yeah.
But we actually went to Fisherman's Haunt on the last day to do
This,
debrief.
to do this debrief, yeah.
And we got there, and oh my God, there
Because
was a
it's at our
storm.
table.
The weather had changed. We did actually brave it, and we were one of the only ones braving it and sat out as far as we could. But we had some lovely food, didn't we? And we just sat there
It was fantastic.
watching the waves, and oh my God.
As you can see in this film,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
And the food was excellent, but because of the sound of the wind and the waves and the crash of the audio was awful.
Yeah, so we weren't able to properly debrief, but hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you. I'm going to do a double turnaround on this. Corfu, out of season? Yes. I think we get a good price. Definitely worth a gig. I really enjoyed. It was quite well. It's one of the oldest tourist resorts in Greece, and although sometimes it felt that, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too touristy. It was nice. I'm going to spin the camera around and ask Mrs.H. Your feelings.
Yeah, definitely. It was something we did as a last minute gig because it was the only time we could get off work, and we ended up choosing it based on price
Yes.
and not so much on location. Hadn't researched it as we normally do, so ended up in this little resort.
But out of season, I
out
thought
of
was
yeah,
very
definitely
good.
really worth going to. But
It's all weather, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, a lot of the
And we did unfortunately have trouble with mosquitoes this time. Big time.
What they did say was the week before we went, they had really bad weather, a lot of rain, and that had resulted in more mosquitoes than normal. And it was a
Yeah.
real big problem.
So you
to be
need
fair.
repellent, you need insects, bite,
Yeah,
sting,
it was
cream.
really quite bad, to be
Seriously,
honest.
and despite that, I think it was a gig worth doing.
Oh God, yeah, we did. We enjoyed. We didn't go into Corfu town because it was a 35-minute bus ride, and then you had to go into a bus station and get a change
Yeah,
and
there's a lot
get
of
another
messing about, wasn't it?
10-minute bus into the centre, which I think people found a bit
And
difficult.
we didn't do the day trip to Albania.
No,
But I think
no.
everybody else has filmed that.
No, next time.
Next time. Who's leaving? Leaving corporate.